the Wolfpit. With the Banquet. Okay, it's being funny. The Banquet Mega Sodium Boneless Chicken. Now, this one I've had before. It ain't really wasn't that. Banquet makes good stuff, but this really wasn't that good. I wonder what he thinks about it, because I had that twice years ago. It wasn't that good. Probably a little better than tuna and cold beans, but boy, it still wasn't hitting all nothing. But see what the Wolfpit thinks.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfpit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Fried chicken and macaroni and cheese seem to go together, so Banquet made a mega meal of it and gave you 2 boneless pieces of fried chicken with creamy macaroni and cheese, which this 12-ounce meal cost $3.12. I'm sure that second piece of fried chicken was to ensure that you get at least or double your daily allowance of sodium, and it simply pisses me off to the highest level of festivity that these companies always put in big writing that you cannot miss it, how much protein.
The highest level of it said we used to say we're pissed off the precipitate. And he said they're pissed off the precipitate. Whatever he just said, but yeah, this they say a lot of this stuff is enough. They say a lot of this stuff is enough salt to kill a horse. Now, that's bad.
Proteins in the meals. So people unknowingly see 32 grams of protein and think this is a healthy meal. But that's why I'm here to try these products and see exactly what we're eating for you, the people, so you don't have to.
It's salt.
I hope the people know that I'm here for them too. Yes, Scooter, the people know you're here and they really appreciate it. That's very nice of you. The one thing good about Banquet meals is they do let you know that they've been made in the USA since 1953. Before we go any further, there's a couple discrepancies I'd like to point out. On the front of the box, it says 32 grams of protein, but on the back of the box, it says 34 grams of protein. And you even have 32 grams on the smart label on your website.
What?
So what is it, Banquet? 32 grams or 34 grams? But hold on to your britches, people. That's not it. I have another big discrepancy to show you in just a minute. But let's at least get through the ingredient list first. Here's the list of ingredients, and you can automatically tell that this is a 4-meat slurry concoction. How do I know that? Because it says contains rib meat. A whole piece of chicken, unless it was a whole breast, wouldn't contain rib meat, or any of the other ingredients in the chicken, like the TSP we speak about so much. And if you're one of those people who has an intolerance to MSG, you might want to avoid this meal. But for me, the more MSG, the better. It's God's cocaine for food. It makes everything taste better. If you didn't already know, this is what your 4-meat slurry concoctions look like before they're formed into your chicken patty, or your chicken nuggets, or your chicken tenders. Doesn't that look delicious? Well, no, to me it looks like soft-serve ice cream. Delicious. Only you, Scooter. Your stupidity is contagious. You're kind of growing on me. The whole...
They had something like that with the McDonald's McDonald's or Burger King. I can't remember, but they said they had this whole tube of pink stuff, and they said they said there's your meat right there. I was like, wow, that's what. Because we see we've seen raw boneless chicken breast, and that's supposed to be the cooked chicken. So they said it's not what you think it is. They said it was a big tube of pink. Looked like chewing gum or something like that, or something. I don't know. It looked
Mega meal,
different.
boneless double fried chicken and macaroni and cheese meal has 610 calories, 31 grams of total fat, 7 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 100 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,450 milligrams of sodium, 47 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugars, and 34 grams of protein. Well, at least there it says 34 grams of protein, but I guess it all depends on where you look at the amount of protein that's in this meal. Now, on the back of the box on the nutrition label, it says 1,450 milligrams of sodium.
Ooh.
On the front of the box, it says 1,830 milligrams of sodium, which is what it also says on Banquet's website. And we also can't forget, on the front of the box and on Banquet's website, it says 600 calories, but on the nutritional facts on the back of the box, it says 610 calories. It's got to be easier to solve a Rubik's Cube than it is to figure out what's in a Banquet meal. I was trying to be humorous in the beginning, but this is serious stuff because it's what you can see. Now, if Banquet's making all of these discrepancies where you can see plain as day, what kind of discrepancies are they making where you cannot see? It's like the old saying goes, if you want to know how clean a restaurant is, go into their bathroom first. If they have a filthy bathroom where you can see it, chances are the kitchen's going to be filthy as well, where you can't see it. I think my analogy was a little bit off between the nutrition label and the kitchen, but you get my point. What the hell is going on here? It kind of makes you afraid to eat their food.
Yeah,
but that's why Scooter and I are here for you,
I ain't messing
the
with it
people,
since.
to try these foods so you don't have to. Yeah, we're here for you, the people. So both meals look the same right out of the box, and it says you can cook them in the microwave or an oven. Well, at least that's what it says. Who knows? But we're going to do them both ways just because it says we can. Just like with all the nutritional data, this can be wrong too. Now, one meal goes into the microwave and the other into the oven. While the meals were heating up, I said a prayer for my cardiovascular system since I'll be trying them soon, and I also Googled how much salt is in 1,830 milligrams of sodium. And in 1,830 milligrams of sodium, there's 1 teaspoon of salt. And I know what some of you, the people, are thinking. A teaspoon of salt isn't that much. Well, if that's your mindset, go get a measuring teaspoon, fill it up with salt, and then dump it out on the plate. And that'll put it into perspective how much a teaspoon of salt is. It's a lot of salt. Now here's our first Banquet Mega Double Chicken meal with macaroni and cheese after microwaving according to the directions on the package. So we gave the macaroni and cheese a stir, and it certainly didn't look like creamy macaroni and cheese. It looked like dry macaroni and cheese. But looks can be deceiving. So we got a big spoonful of macaroni and cheese, and to be honest, it looked a whole lot better once it was on the spoon. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. And although it almost burnt the roof of my mouth off, it was actually pretty good. Not as creamy as you would think it would be, but it also wasn't as dry as it looked. It was pretty good. And then Mrs. Wolfpit went in to shake the chicken like a prison snitch, and she said it was a little tougher than she thought it would be. I urged her on to shake, shake, shake.
Yeah, the microwave.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake her chicken. Shake her chicken. Come on, people. We had to throw in a little historical humor from Casey and the Sunshine Band. And I explained to you, the people, a couple videos ago that I've been on a big caffeine kick lately, and it's been making me talk an awful lot and say some off-the-wall things. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But my comment on the chicken isn't off the wall. It didn't look very good at all. It looked soggy, and you could definitely tell it was a 4-meat slurry concoction. So I put my incisors to work and took a big bite. And believe it or not, the flavor was pretty darn good. The breading and the meat itself resembled that of a moist, soggy mattress in a nursing home. It was disgusting, but that's simply what happens when you bread a 4-meat slurry concoction and heat it up in the microwave. There's really no way around it. But again, with the...
I'm saying right now, even if we can agree to disagree, but I always cooked it in the oven, the microwave. Not just this, anything. Usually, a lot of stuff, not everything, but a lot of stuff comes out on the soggy side. And the breading, like what's the name say, it tastes like a patch of what? What did he say? Gordon said it tastes like a patch of wet grass or something like that. It tastes horrible.
The microwave version, the flavor was good, the macaroni and cheese was good, but the chicken was crap. And I'd give this meal a 4 out of 10. Banquet should feel lucky that I rated it at all, with all the discrepancies on the box. Now for the oven version of the Banquet Mega Meal, double chicken and macaroni and cheese. And it kind of doesn't make sense.
Like this one a little
this macaroni and cheese looked a whole lot creamier than the microwave macaroni and cheese. Just the opposite of what you would think. Now the macaroni and cheese right out of the oven appeared to be creamier, but it wasn't really necessarily creamier or any tastier. They tasted the same. Then Mrs. Wolfpit put the sword of Zora through the piece of chicken. There was no shake, 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 shake required. And I hate to be mean, but the inside of the chicken looked pathetic. It was very obvious it was a 4-meat slurry concoction, and it felt like a 4-meat slurry concoction. Just not as bad as a moist mattress in a nursing home. The bottom of the breading was soggy, but the top of the breading did have a little crisp to it. The texture of the chicken was somewhat better compared to the microwave chicken, but still not good. But just like on the microwave version, the flavor was good and the macaroni and cheese was good. So with the oven version being a little bit better, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.
It's barely so. Depending on how long you cook it. It's half crispy, half soggy, and I just got 2 of them this to try something different because at the time I never seen it before. And I was like, let me see what this is. Something easy to fix. Chicken and mac and cheese. Come on now. Then you bit, like you said, you bit into it, and you're like, ah, damn. And I'm like, I like rock now. We was like, damn, this is horrible. And that's what it is. It was horrible, and the chef would say it was garbage. What the hell are you trying to do? You're trying to kill people. He said it was horrible. Woo! And I could hear him raising hell. Him and Gordon would both be raising hell. He's like, what? He would say, what pile of shit is this here? Because you know how he talks. He curses the day is long. What about this pile of shit over here? That's what it is. It's like you said, you eating bad food there. It's dog shit. It's garbage. And me and Wolfpit both agree. It's horrible, and I bet you he'll never buy it again either. So, because it's garbage.